Welcome all to a product overview with the wellness experts. And tonight we are graced again with the presence of none other than Mike Metta. And let me just share my screen. Going to try to share my screen. Share screen. Okay. And here we go. Now let me put it in slideshow. I'm going to play from the start. Okay, so we want to welcome again our special guest, Michael Metta. He's an old soul and a messenger of the Most High. He was negatively affected by technology abuse, air pollution, and bad dietary choices as a child. So he used his circumstances as an impetus to change his lifestyle, to study herbal foods, EMFs and environmental safety to bring solutions to those who have ears to hear. So just before Mike comes on, I'm just going to give you guys a kind of an overview of the topic that we have discussed thus far, so everybody is kind of on the same playing field. Everybody knows what we're talking about, why we're talking about it, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so EMFs or electromagnetic fields are fields that are generated by electrically charged objects. They consist of electric fields created by charged particles, magnetic fields created by movement of these charged particles. And then EMFs are present in a variety of forms like radio waves, microwaves, and fields around power lines, which is one of the things that Mike is going to give you information about and resources whereby you can really see how many power lines and towers and that kind of thing are around you. Electronic environmental pollution refers to the adverse impact on the environment caused by the proliferation of electronic devices and the associated electromagnetic fields. This can result from the production, use, and disposal of electronic equipment, leading to issues such as electronic waste, energy consumption, and potential health concerns related to EMF exposure. It also underscores the need for sustainable practices in the electronics industry and awareness of the environmental consequences of technological advancements. So some of the EMF health effects relate to, well, actually they've been a topic of ongoing research and debate. And while some studies suggest potential associations with specific or certain health effects, the overall scientific consensus is that the evidence is inconclusive and more research is needed. So now those are terms that we've heard over and over and over again, year after year after year for decades around many different topics like cigarette smoking, the effects of pollution on the public, on health and that kind of thing. And we know that it usually comes down to it's inconclusive and more research is needed, which means, yeah, it's happening, but we're not doing anything about it right now. So common sources of EMFs include power lines, wireless devices, and household appliances. And concerns have been raised about the potential links between long-term exposure to to EMFs and conditions such as cancer, neurological disorders, and fertility issues, among a few. However, regulatory agencies like the World Health Organization, or WHO, state that current evidence doesn't establish a clear and consistent association between typical exposure to EMFs and adverse health effects. Wink, wink. It's essential to stay informed about the evolving research and follow guidelines for safe usage of electronic devices. Individuals with specific health concerns or conditions may consult with their health professionals. Oh, fiddlesticks, what happened? For personalized advice. So I listed a couple of articles here, and there are going to be some more resources that you can connect with, and as well as some product information at the end of our talk today. And so, with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to invite Mike to take it away.
All right, all right. I thank you for that introduction. I thank you. How y'all doing today? And let me see here. What I wanted to actually go over and touch on today is we'll go over another website today, actually, where it makes it a lot easier to search as far as like the 5G, 4G coverage in the area. And then we'll also go over certain foods that'll help detox if you are having any type of extra radiation, or even if you're going through chemotherapy, or if you know anyone that's going through chemotherapy. This will help them detox the radiation out of the body with these foods. And then we'll watch like a couple of videos of on my page, and then on environmental health um, YouTube as well. And I do have a few sites that will take a look at a few items today as well, to see if we can, if anyone may need this in their home or anything like of that. Um, let's see here. Let me just share my screen real quick. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right, and I'll put this website in the chat so you guys can get that too. Okay. Hopefully, Dr. Betty, you can make a list of these for me if you don't mind. Now, this is my area here, and I haven't been on this website in a while. It was kind of one of the first websites that I actually found. But once you come to this site, you would basically pick your area here, United States, um, pick your service, or you can actually go through each one of the services, as you see here. Makes it a lot easier because we really only have like T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon actually that everybody's working off of. And then right on the map field, you will put in like your address, and that'll just kind of show the coverage in the area. It may not list the cell towers on here on this website, I don't think. Let me just double check. No, I'm not sure if it lists the cell towers here. So in that case, then the antenna search will still be the best website of looking up cell towers in the area. Now that we kind of went through that, let's just touch base on these videos here real quick. There you go. All right, so for those that wear smartwatches, Apple Watches, and things of that, we're gonna look at a video. And can you guys see this video pretty good?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. That's showing how high it is. Okay, so that's basically just showing you how high that is. And it's like that all the time, even if you're not on it. If you have the Bluetooth on, it's going to automatically go back and forth from your cell phone to the watch every single time, but it's going to make the frequency extremely high all the time. And then this is one of my videos here of me using testing AirPods.
Do this video real quick of what I was just talking about with the AirPods. I do have my Bluetooth on my phone, so you're gonna see this number here because it's trying to communicate. And here I have the AirPods. So, and by the way, the government makes your they provide the funding for your AirPods and stuff. So, I'm sorry, for your technology for iPhones. So this is what's in your ear all the time. This number should be at 100 MVM. It's 100 MVM. That's what it should be at. So let's move that away from there. See that?
All right, so what you're actually looking at here is that you're seeing the number jump like thousands and thousands of frequencies, basically. So it's the MVM is millivolts per meter. This has jumped up to the volts per meter. So it's way past, extremely way past human safety level. And there's no call on this AirPod. That's because it's the Bluetooth that is looking for the phone. It's going to keep connecting back and forth to the phone. And this is why people are having problems with the ear ringing, migraines. They might have vision issues, possibly getting reoccurring sore throats, anything that's going to be like neurological that's going to deal with the central nervous system is what you're dealing with. And then if they're full of heavy metals, that's going to also be a problem because this will if you have this in your ear, it's going to always fry the heavy metals that's in your body, which of course will fry the cells that's in the body. And that's when you start having a mass amount of inflammation. And then you have the cells that will start turning on itself because it's trying to clear up the inflammation. It doesn't know where the frequency is coming from. So it's going to start turning on itself. And then that's when they start calling it an aggressive cancer. So this is how these problems are starting to become more and more now because this is what we're dealing with on the daily basis and we're not aware of balancing the technology. Anybody have any questions?
There's a piece that goes over the ear. Is that the same? Or are we getting the same frequency when we have it over the ear as opposed to in the ear?
I haven't tested that. I haven't tested that piece, but if it's connected to Bluetooth, maybe, but I haven't tested those type pieces with the cell phone. I mean with this with the meter. So I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
sure. But you would definitely be you will be able to feel that from time to time. You might have a stiffness in the neck. Like I said, headache. Sometimes it might throb. Your ear might itch. You might get itching around your ear. You might break out around the ear. These are just signs of what to look out for if you are dealing with like the headphones that sit on the earbuds that sit on the outside of the ear. So you definitely want to look for those particular signs. Any type of tenderness in that area, sneezing, it can cause that also because it's very close in that area, including air pollution that will cause sneezing as well. So these are some of the symptoms that you may have. Even dry coughing. Dry coughing. That is another telltale sign that you're dealing with too much oxidative stress, and now your signals is just firing off, which is going to cause the dry coughing, because now your body is trying to expel whatever is in the body. Since the body can't figure out what it is because its frequency is invisible to the body. It's just going to try to expel it. So that's where the coughing comes in at. That's where the sneezing comes in at. That's when the excess of mucus come in at. The body's trying to expel something that's not there. And this is why we're having all of these issues. To help detoxify the body, these are some of the best foods to naturally detox radiation. Spirulina. I'm not too much of a big fan of spirulina, but I know others that are. Chlorella, that's pretty good. Seaweed, like basically, so your some of your sea mosses. There's different types. So you got your Irish moss, your Jamaican sea moss, and then there's nori seaweed as well. Nori seaweed is pretty good. Kelp and nori seaweed helps with your B12 also. Very good for your B12. Kelp, green tea. I'm not too much of a fan of black tea, but green tea. I think actually Akana has some pretty good tea on hand, so that would be definitely great to actually have. I'm not a fan of garlic. Red onions, pretty good for red onions. Instead of wheatgrass, you can swap out for like your cilantro and dandelion greens would be good. Of course, your apples. Green apples are good for detoxing. Your lemons and key limes, parsley, beets, sauerkraut is good, or red cabbage. And letting the, I think you have to let the red cabbage boil or something for a while. Don't quote me on that one because I'm not a chef, so don't quote me on that one. Ginger is definitely good. Ginger shots, very good. Avocados, be careful of because this is definitely real fatty. So be careful of the avocados. Not a fan for on the detoxing side for that. Not familiar with horseradish, if I'm saying that right. And kale is pretty good. Spinach, of course. Your broccoli sprouts are very, very good for that. And then your coconut water is really good. Make sure it doesn't have anything extra added to the coconut water. Cooking with coconut oil, but not, it can't really be high. I guess coconut oil on the skin is really good, because cooking with coconut oil is not really the best. But definitely the coconut water is going to bring a lot of electrolytes to the body in detoxification. So these are just some of the foods for detoxifying the radiation from the body. And then, of course, the foods that aren't the Akana gives you for your detoxing and for replenishing the body are a very, very, very good food list that you would get with Akana. And let's see here.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
What about the effect of EMFs coming from laptops? Is that strong?
The MacBooks are very strong versus the Windows computers. So with your laptop, I would suggest uh, protecting your eyes with blue light protection, so a screen protection. Um, Sitting it on your lap, there is shielding for that. Let's see if they have it here. This is one of the first websites I found. Let's see if they have shielding for laptops. I can get these pouches here a lot cheaper. A lot of things on this site I can get a lot cheaper, actually. Mm. Just give me one moment here. Paints, bedding, clothing. So you can put your laptop in the Faraday bag. You can actually sit your laptop on that as well. The wrap top, I've never seen this before. That's pretty nice. Let's see. Trying to look for something that'll sit on your lap. Actually, the mesh that I have works well. Having the silver mesh. Let's see if I can find that here.
Is that the same as the Faraday fabric?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That would be considered Faraday fabric.
So I think too, one of the most important things is not to have it sitting on your lap
Directly, yes.
while you're using it, especially.
Yes. Very, very important. And that'll be your best protection for that. As far as the laptops is concerned. I was speaking to Meridian earlier, and he asked about the LED lights. Um, that actually shoots off dirty electricity. Dirty electricity can be tricky, and as I was explaining to Meridian earlier, um, as long as you're not sleeping with those lights on, and inside your home, you're taking breaks from having too much light on, you'll be fine with that. But for someone that's really sensitive, they will have to change their lighting situation or find better protection for them. That's if they really are really sensitive. On this side does kind of give you a little bit more about dirty electricity. Let me see if it has the education here. I just had it up. Oh, let me just go into one of the filters actually. I think I'm going to order this filter to see how this works. Because I never really ordered it because I wasn't too much of a fan of it. I wasn't too sure if it actually really worked or not. But I'm gonna try one out just to see, because I have experienced dirty electricity coming from outlets, mainly my MacBook out when it's plugged in at night. I do have to cover that with the silver mesh. It's not safe. There could be a safety measurement for that because it is silver, and it can be flammable. So I definitely don't recommend anyone using Faraday fabric to cover up their outlets.
Mike, I have a question about, I'm using an iMac and sitting in front of it for hours designing, an Illustrator. I'm concerned about just sitting in front of it. What kind of screen covering or protection can I use?
So just basically like your normal blue light protection screen. That'll work
Okay.
fine for definitely for the blue light for your eyes, because again, all of our nerves is connected through our eyes, and that will
Mm-hmm.
save you a lot.
Okay. I was looking at something online, Amazon, and I wasn't sure of what it would actually protect me from.
Oh, for the
Okay.
yeah, just a regular blue light screen protector would do great for that.
Okay.
Where do you sit the actual base for the is are you speaking, are you don't have like the mini, or do you have like the actual like desktop?
I have the actual desktop, all in one.
Okay, so you got the all-in-one. Oh, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole desktop is the monitor too, is what you're saying.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm sitting at the monitor designing.
okay. Okay. So some maybe some orgonite, getting into some orgonite or black tourmaline.
Right. Right. So I'm looking at acquiring an orgonite. Now, this is what I'm concerned about. How powerful of an orgonite should I get? What size per square footage in my room? How many should I get?
That now with the orgonite, that's going to depend. You're going to have to really do some good research on that to make sure you get the best one where you're dealing with orgonite, because all of them are not created equal.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you don't want it to be too high, because that I've had experience with that as well. Um, I would say black tourmaline would be the best bet. A nice big size, especially if you would buy a computer. Like I have like maybe a big rock size of black tourmaline will help. Maybe
Oh,
a
wait.
couple of would be good.
You mean just get the crystal instead of getting an orgonite?
Yeah,
Black tourmaline?
unless you do your research on orgonite. Yeah, if you don't do
Oh,
your research on orgonite, then that would be the best thing for you.
black tourmaline.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay,
So you're saying to
that's
have I'm sorry, have the tourmaline near you? It's in your room there? Is that what you're saying?
You can like say, because she has the screen for her computer, she can just have it set like right in front of the screen right there by the computer,
mm,
Oh,
and that'll basically shield it and kind of send the signal other places. Because black tourmaline is very, it works out very good. I like black tourmaline.
black
mm,
tourmaline.
Yep.
mhm.
I mean, so what about the idea of one acquiring lots of, because that's not difficult to get,
No.
black tourmaline crystals?
Yep. That's not difficult to get at all.
Yeah, and just have them throughout my space. I mean,
Yep. And highly inexpensive.
well, okay, well, that's the ticket then. That's the way I'm
I
gonna
love
go.
that suggestion.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, that's one of that's actually the first crystal that I actually started off with,
black tourmaline.
was black tourmaline. I
Okay,
actually got a black tourmaline necklace, which helped my
okay,
throat from
okay,
swelling when I was going through the loop at the time.
okay. Now let me go on Amazon right now and see where I can find it.
Yeah, so most of the things that I talk about is because I experienced it. So I like to share
Mm-hmm.
that experiences with everyone, to because I felt it, and I know what actually helped me. It may help you. Some people may
Mm-hmm.
have to do things a little different themselves, because we're all different, of course. Um,
Right.
but just paying attention to your body and your symptoms, your body will your cells will let you know what's going on around you if you ask yourself.
Yes. Well, I love the idea of using crystals. That's simple enough. Black
Yes, very
tourmaline.
simple.
Black
Because one of
tourmaline.
my friend that told me to take the stuff out of the room, he showed me a gold medallion. The gold medallion was $4,500, and I was like, I don't even know if that's going to work for me to be spending $4,500 on a
Oh
gold
my
medallion.
God.
So I found the next cheapest
Oh,
thing, which was the black tourmaline, and I went
oh
with
my
it.
goodness.
So
Oh
gold.
my God. I'm looking at these rocks. I'm actually on Amazon right now, looking at the site.
Mhm.
I've got some of this.
There you go.
I have got some raw black tourmaline. I didn't know that's what it was.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Having snake plants in your home. Snake plants help with there's plants for radiation as well.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Just pull it up real quick.
Wow. Uh, okay, black tourmaline.
So
Yeah.
these are a few of your plants right here that helps with that as well. So just even having this around you too. And of course, having oxygen plants in your home help with oxygen.
Wow.
All
Okay.
radiation does
Plants.
causes radiation. It causes oxidative stress.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Need to put some plants up.
Mm-hmm.
That's yes. I needed to do that anyway. Wow.
Yep, definitely your oxygen plants. Let's see.
Okay. Mm.
Pretty simple stuff, something that's inexpensive and give you the enjoyment of taking care of your plants and things like that.
Right, exactly.
Yep, same thing. Snake plants are good oxygen plants. Self-watering money tree. These are hold on. Wait, hold on. Here we go. Indoor oxygen plants. Yep.
Right. Wow.
There's a host of them.
Oh.
I think I might grab this bamboo.
Snake plants. Okay. Snake plants.
Yes.
Mm.
And
love it, love it.
I definitely would suggest when you guys have time to go through the environmental health trust, because they'll give you a lot more information here, what to look out for, how the 5G poles are out. Definitely with her, this is Devara Davis. She's been pretty good on it.
Wow.
I haven't even seen this one here, but I'm going to definitely look at this because actually in 2016, I did find articles that they were trying to fight the cell towers from being on the schools in the city of Chicago, and it was on the news. But the parents end up losing that battle is because these cell phone companies they throw money at the cities or they would threaten them with a lawsuit. To the municipal of the cities, and that's because the city we're just not aware of it, and we didn't have it's not enough people to back it to even stop that from happening. But this causes a lot of this causes everything to do with the children having problems with focusing, ADHD, their immune system not operating properly, their gut area is not operating properly. The young ladies getting fibroids in their teens or some type of cyst. Their menstrual is very hard and harsh and heavy on them. They're going through a lot. And that's going to be because of their diet that they're keeping and not knowing. And then you have the frequency that they're keeping on them all day, and they don't know that as well. But it's all taking effect. Everything takes effect to them because once this frequency hit, it's going to provide electrical charge to all the toxins that they have in their body, including any heavy metals that they're getting. So you got these children, they're going to school, and the first thing they're eating in the morning it's hot crunchy cheese curls, and that's full of nothing but industrial products in it. And then they're eating heavy metals and within foods, and going to all the fast food restaurants, and all that just going to take toll on their bodies faster than what we may have went through. And this just kind of gives a lot more information of what they've been going through. And I haven't even followed this case here, but I'm going to actually go through it once we get off the call here. Yeah, so they talk about a lot of things in the environment. This is a good one here. And then she's going to explain a lot more here on what we're dealing with. We don't have much time to go over today, but we're at 7:44, so I'm going to actually conclude this time right now. If anyone has any other questions for me.
I was gonna ask, what's the name of the site that we're on right now? I didn't catch it. You scrolled up and I didn't catch it.
Oh, I'll put that in the chat for you. It's Environmental Health Trust. They do have a website as well. I think it's environmentalhealthtrust.org, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll put it in the chat for us.
Is it possible we could get your phone number?
Sure. I think I got this site from Terry. Didn't I get this site from you, Terry?
I'm not remembering, Mike. I'm not remembering. I know I juggle a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you've been a great help. I actually met Terry. It's back in 2022,
Yeah.
and it's been great meeting you. I definitely appreciate you inviting me over to Wakanda at the time, because I've been so excited to share this message with as many people that I can.
You're welcome, and it's a pleasure to meet you as well with all of this information. I mean, there's so much to talk about that we don't really have enough time, because the EMF are in the new cars, they're in the smart meters, they're everywhere.
Right. So we have opportunity to create something for our protection and still be able to try to enjoy the new technology that we're also creating or launching. So there's just areas of opportunity for everyone. So no one's really focusing on creating protection for an EV car, but that's something we can do. Even creating protection if you stay next to a cell tower. How do we convert that energy into good energy? So we have many different ways we can go about making this happen, or finding geniuses that can actually look into making it happen. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I believe there's solutions out there. I mean, because we shouldn't get fearful about it, but it is
No.
good to be aware and to do your best in protecting yourself and your family.
Yeah, definitely never get fearful of anything, because even though the air pollution is out there and it's bothering everyone, I'm still outside every single day. But I'm definitely going to start raising more awareness on the air pollution, because it's getting bad. It's been worse for the past 3 years for sure. But since the pandemic started, for sure. All right, and
What type,
go ahead, Dr.
sorry,
Beck.
what type of mask do you recommend? Mask.
The best one that they speak about is the N95 mask.
Okay.
The best one to wear. I usually just wear like a sleeve that it has the I got it from Get Lamb. Let me pull that site up real quick.
So you wear that, I think you mentioned that before, and I was just wondering about that. So you wear the sleeve versus the mask, or you use the mask and the sleeve?
I switch up. I switch up because I get tired of
Mm-hmm,
wearing the sleeve every time. So I'll
mm-hmm.
wind up just getting like a regular mask that they wear in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Let's see, where was it at here?
Bamboo mask. Okay, bamboo mask.
It's this thyroid thing here, I think it is. Where did it go?
Here. Okay. I can't think about it on this side.
It's
Thanks.
thyroid.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's new.
Right.
This is new. I haven't seen this one
Oh,
yet.
really? Mm-hmm.
And it's
Oh, it's a
very important,
Faraday.
especially if someone's dealing with thyroid issues. This right here would be very important for them because that'll help keep the frequency from inducing anything that's going on within the thyroids.
And that chest and belly, especially for anybody that's pregnant, working
Yes.
around computers all day long, because a lot of people, women especially, are still doing remote uh, um, working remotely. So that means many of them are, sitting in front of a computer 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. So that's a consideration.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, we have a lot of information here to start conversations when it comes to protecting ourselves, our friends, our family members, and that kind of thing. And so with this information, you can definitely uh, uh, bring it home,
Mm-hmm.
at least start the thought process in those individuals about what's going on, and especially those that have children, because children are, when you start thinking about, 5, 6 year olds having iPads at school, um, cell phones, and the like, and the amount of time that they spend on these devices and the way that they handle them. I mean, I'm
Exactly.
forever uh, being alerted and kind of fussing at the grandkids about, having the iPad in their lap, or, getting grandpa's phone to watch a video, or, that kind of thing. So, these are things that we really, really, really have to think about, because remember, we've already given birth to a generation that is possibly not going to live longer than parents. And so we need to make every concerted effort to protect them, and to educate our children who
Right.
have these babies that are, these techie babies.
Exactly.
So just food for thought, food,
I agree.
food for thought. So I just want to really, really, really thank Mike, for bringing this information to us, opening our eyes, and stimulating our awareness to not only deal with this from the perspective of our own health, but our families. And so we here at Akana, we here at Akana definitely are aware of these things. And let me get to, gonna share my screen now, go back to, I'm gonna try to share my screen and go back to,
And just real quick,
yeah,
it's the items that we see here, the seen on the website. I can definitely get most of that stuff a lot cheaper than what
oh,
we
great.
get lambs. Yeah, I got a direct connect to the actually they might even be the company that actually makes the Get Lamb clothes, but I have a direct connect to a few different companies actually.
I
Awesome.
have a quick
So we'll call,
question.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to ask about the LED lights. I think you mentioned that once before. So now with the LED light bulbs, if we get the regular, the old bulbs, the daylight bulbs or something like that, are we pretty safe with that?
Yeah, but you're not gonna find the old bulbs out here too tough. So just dealing with the LED lights are gonna be they'll be good enough. Just make sure they're LED and not the CLS.
ELS.
Is that the spiral ones?
The
The
no,
spiral ones that the CLS?
yeah, they have some of those are some of those are CLS, but they're made like bulbs as well. It'll let you know on the box if they're CLS or LED.
Mm.
I think we can find some at Home Depot,
Yeah.
the old bulbs.
Oh no, they took them out.
They
Did
took
Yeah,
them
they?
out?
I went shopping. Yeah, I went shopping 2 years ago, high and low, looking for those the old fashioned bulbs. Naina, I could not find them.
They took them out.
Really?
They're gone.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gone,
wow.
dear.
That's since last year because I bought some. Okay. All right.
You may
Well,
get
see,
lucky. You may get lucky, but I'm gonna tell you,
Uh,
in the stores and Menards, no, everything is LED. Even the color lights.
LED.
I used to buy the color lights for room therapy. They're all LED now too.
Mm. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So, Mike, were you able to put your number in the, I'm sorry, I did not put it on your introductory screen, but hopefully you
It's
have it.
in check.
Is it
It's all
awesome? Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. So, again, the question becomes, what can we do? And in this present and ever emerging condition, danger, whatever you want to call it, we definitely have to take proactive measures to safeguard our health. And so through presentations like this, of course, our awareness has been increased, and we can find out more about, the density of these dangers as it relates to where we live, where we work, and that kind of thing. And we can also set boundaries in terms of limiting how long we're actually on these devices or in front of them, how long the children, the grandchildren are utilizing them on a daily basis. And then some of the protective devices and products that Mike mentioned and showed us, we can continue that investigation and invest in some types of protection. And then we can stay updated, continuously educate yourself about the latest research because it's there, and find out any EMF radiation related health issues and implications. And aside from that, we have Akana Solutions. Our Flat Belly Lifestyle Cleanses, cleanses the toxins from our body, the mucus, the parasites, the old toxins from food that we've been eating, thinking that we've been having, and the like, and provides us with a clean slate to be able to reset our systems and reverse some of the damage that has been done. We've got our Flat Belly Lifestyle Juice, which is the highest on the ORIC scale in terms of antioxidants that protect us from such oxidative stress as, EMF uh, um, bombardment is the word I'm looking for. So doing the aronia berry juice on a regular basis, 1.5 ounces twice a day, and you've got, a great start for protecting yourself. Also, our Flat Belly Lifestyle Aronia berry powder, which is very portable. You can take it with you. You can utilize it in your smoothies. You can use it in making various dishes and that kind of thing. So you're able to really boost the antioxidants in your diet on a daily. And then we've got our CBD products, especially the tinctures, our hempranium, both power and pure, which bring the body back into balance by way of manipulating the endocannabinoid system. And this boosts not only our body's immune functions, but all of the other organs and systems in our body so that we can function at our maximum capacity. Then we've got our essential oils, such as Essential Defense, First Defense, and those essential oils, black seed oil, that actually boost our immune system and help us to reject and minimize the negative effects of all types of pollution. Then we've got our up and coming Akana Wellness Center, which will feature the EE system, which is, oh my gosh, is a system that will actually bring our bodies back to balance, protect our systems in terms of minimizing and actually helping to eliminate the negative effects of all of these EMFs and environmental pollutants that are attacking us on a regular basis. One very interesting thing about the EE system is that it repairs the DNA. And guess what? Radiation, these EMFs that we experience, unzip our DNA. In other words, they damage our DNA. And so everybody, please join us as we roll out the EE system through our wellness center, and we will definitely have more education and information for you. But just know that Akana is about solutions to problems that we all face. So I want to thank everybody so much for joining us tonight. And up next is Flat Belly Lifestyle Community Check-In. Take it away, Dr. Roz.
Thank you, Dr. Betty.